It's that time of the week month, dusting! Hello, I'm Oliveblade and welcome to my wonderland. Today, I will be taking you through dusting some of my collection. Now, I've already dusted some of it and I thought I still have to do the right-hand cabinet and also everything on my desk, so I thought I'd show you a little bit of the process. With that being said, let's get started. Opening up the drawer here, and what do we have? We have spare parts, little bits and pieces, and my dusting cleaning brushes. Now I also have some different accessories, so I'll be also using this handheld vacuum cleaner, which is really handy, especially instead, like I have another hose one, and this just makes it so much easier, it's so much lighter. Of course though, you have to be wary of the battery, because battery needs to be charged like every hour of use. Dusting little Nendoroid Shana, going in with the fine brush, making sure I get every nook and cranny of any place dust particle could land. Anyway, with Nendoroids, or this little petite little thing, I'm looking this little cat, I like to bend them, the characters on their stands, in all contorted ways so that I can reach every place and just dust every surface. Leave no surface unturned. Oh, my dear, I am so sorry. Now there's something a little bit sticky on this, so I thought I'd get a cloth with a little bit of gentle detergent and water and clean that right off. That also goes for any surface. Sometimes with the dust, the brush isn't enough. For figures, majority of figures, brushes are absolutely fine, but as far as display surfaces, just to get that extra look of sparkly cleanness, you can have a wet cloth and just wipe it, and then wipe it with a towel that doesn't have any dust particles on it. And as you saw, I used the bigger brush to get most of the dust off, and then I'll use the smaller brush to go in to all the finer details. Now I did lift up the back of her hair, and there's seams going in the inside of her hair, and I made sure to get all of those because I know if I leave them, I will come back and they will be extra dusty. So what I love about this Figma is her hair, how it comes out like that. It just looks so cool. I would have Shana here on a stand, but unfortunately I have to fix that. The little bit is broken off the stem that goes into her back. I will get to that in a future video, hopefully. Now then, back in the base of my monitor slash TV. It's a TV, but I use it as my monitor. Give that a clean. Give the screen a clean. And I'm gonna put Ash there. Orisa. Shana-chan, mellow bread. Man, I want to eat some now, to be honest. And cute, I changed her pose drinking the potion recently because I thought that was just adorable. And Statsuke! And of course the Figma, which she just stands there for the moment, which is cute and good enough. You'd think Orisa and Shana would be in my view of the television, but not really. And when I'm gaming, fortunately doesn't block anything I don't need to see. Now then, getting my step out. I'm not that short, but still, it does help. Now then, these gorgeous Miku girls. Taking it apart. For more detailed figures like this that are scales, I do take pieces apart because they're easier to dust without damaging them. And also you just can't dust them as well otherwise. It's optional, you can keep them. Sometimes it's easier to keep them on the stands, but yeah, because these are out of the cabinet, I like to be extra thorough and get the small brush to get all those little details, little birdie and under the legs. Please don't snap off. I'm kidding. I'll be gentle, don't you worry. Now, I usually like to dust every 2 weeks for outside figures, and then every month, or like once a month, for figures in my cabinets because I do get a lot of dust flow. And I could still use a few different tactics to try to prevent that, but for the moment, this is the best I can do. Oh, don't worry, there's a cat hair there, and I pulled that away from her arm. But yes, this is where I am at the moment, so I'll just do the best I can. For whatever reason, this Miku's pigtail always, it just doesn't want to stay in there. I'm glad she has magnets, because then it makes it look like it connects perfectly. Anyway, we'll take her off and give her a dust. Make sure to get all the folds of the fabric. Fabric folds on figures just catch the most amount of dust, and if you don't see it, it just can build up over time. And I'll just get these little headphones. They're stuck on, so I'll just do the best I can with them all stuck on. And I'll put her together. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Conveniently. Wonderful. Now we're moving on to this vintage dress Miku. And if this mirror isn't cleaned very well, it's going to really annoy me. So I'll give her a good dust. And then I actually did use the cloth with a little bit of detergent and suds just to wipe the mirror base. So it's extra clean and there's no particles on there. So you can get the full effect. Even though she's high enough that I don't actually see it, but I will know it looks good. Can't forget that little space in between the crown. Marvelous. One thing I really do love about dusting figures, like, it can be quite daunting, especially when having a large collection. But what I find when I start the process is I end up just admiring every individual figure, and that's why I just love the process. It's kind of your way of saying hello individually to each figure that you've bought separately. Like, I'm not sure about you all, but when I look at a figure, I'm pretty sure some of you are the same, I can remember when I bought it, like exactly where I bought it from and when I bought it and how I was feeling. Now I think of that, I look at the figure and I look at why I love it, or then it might help me question if I do want to get rid of it. But thus far, I haven't really had a figure that I've pondered on getting rid of. So yeah, it's a nice little interaction, and maybe if you don't dust your figures as much, I do recommend just giving it a go for that interaction. It's ultimately the choice of the collector. I like to do it personally because I want to see the vibrant paint colors on the figures, vibrant and glossy. And I feel like dust drowns that out a bit. Moving on to the next victims. I'm just going to bring them all out. Sometimes I rest my figures on the bed, but usually that's prize figures or figures I know they have heavy bases and they're not going to topple over. But these ones are kind of mid-ground, not to mention a few scales. I'm just going to put them on the desk here. I should have just enough amount of space. Cleaning the clear stands. I just got these acrylic stands off eBay. I think there's like a pack of 6 for $25 AUD, probably cheaper USD. I like to get my brush, carefully go along and get the dust, and this is so I don't scratch the glass, but also that I make sure that I do get all the dust, because I don't trust the vacuum, and I use a vacuum every time. Like, you couldn't see, but when I was dusting the figures, I have the vacuum underneath my arm, and every time I brush them, I try to suck up the dust around them, and also I bring the brush close to the nozzle to just try to suck the dust up so it's not falling on my desk or on other figures or just in the air, because it's just going to land back on them, and then I think, what's the point in the first place? Now, all sparkly clean, I made sure to wipe the top and bottom of the shelf, put the stands in, and let's start dusting my Sakura pink section, starting with this gorgeous guy. Of course, another Shana. Had to get this, of course, because she's pink. Going with the big brush and little brush, and you'll just see me continue going through the whole lot. Especially careful with that Miku, because I've heard of so many cases where her pigtail's broken, but luckily I've dusted her a few times. I've had the cabinet wiggle a bit and she's been absolutely fine, so I guess just very lucky with that in this case. Just very lucky with that. And put them all in just how I like them. It took me a while to work out how I would like this arrangement, so setting it up, like, I think I'll set it up the same. Oh, isn't that marvellous? Now, my handheld vacuum has gone. Its battery's died, so I'm going to bring out the big boy vacuum. And it's a bit more powerful, so I guess that's great. I didn't show you, but these are on my upper shelf, so if you've seen my room tour, then you would know probably where these situate in my room. But I've moved on, and I thought I'd just show you me dusting these a little bit. But umbrella piece falls off and I almost have a heart attack. Luckily, see me just pause there for a second. Luckily, it landed on the edge of the bed and not on the floor. So I got a heart attack avoided and it's absolutely fine. Now dusting the base. And now getting a bit more nitty-gritty into her details of Shaltia's dress. Now those folds look beautiful, but they're a pain to dust under, but I manage. Now then, after dusting a good majority of my figures, I just wash the brushes under hot water with gentle detergent and then leave them to naturally dry overnight. Now then, the results, my dust-free Sakura section. How you feeling, Miku? Might I ask? Mighty fine, looking gorgeous, and you're looking especially spunky, man. Just close that. I did wipe the front as well, so nice and shiny. Wonderful. Anywho, there's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it and found it maybe a little bit useful. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them down below and I'll get to them as quickly as I can. If you enjoyed my video, be sure to check out some of my other content on my channel. Have some nice unboxings and hauls, not to mention some other juicy video ideas planned for your enjoyment. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, it really helps me out. Until next week, stay safe, treat yourself, and I'll see you same day, same time. Bye!